A single glance, a quiet breath, and a haunting bagpipe in the background. Outlander Season 8's trailer says a lot without saying much. And fans everywhere are holding their breath. Why? Because this is the beginning of the end. The trailer for Episode 1 just dropped, and it's packed with emotional tension, powerful moments, and subtle hints that longtime fans won't want to miss. Let's break down what it all means, frame by frame. The trailer opens with a wide shot of the American countryside, bathed in golden sunlight, but that peaceful image doesn't last long. In just a few seconds, the tone shifts. We hear the distant sound of drums, the kind that echo from an army marching closer. A close-up of Jamie's face fills the screen. He looks tired, weathered, but still strong. He's seen so much, and now he's heading into perhaps the most difficult fight of his life. The Revolutionary War is no longer on the horizon. It's here. The first 20 seconds of the trailer are quiet but intense. We don't hear much dialogue, but the visuals tell their own story. There's a quick shot of Claire standing on a cliffside, the wind pulling at her coat, her expression filled with worry. Behind her, storm clouds are forming, not just in the sky but in her life. The relationship between Claire and Jamie has always been at the center of Outlander, and this trailer makes it clear. Their love will be tested more than ever in this final season. Then comes the first major reveal. We see soldiers in red coats moving through a village. Fires burn in the background. This is more than just background scenery. It's a sign that battle is closing in. There's fear in the villagers' eyes. People are running. Children are crying. And in the middle of it all, we catch a glimpse of Jamie on horseback, riding hard, his hand on the hilt of his sword. He's not running from the chaos. He's charging into it. Next, the camera cuts to Roger and Brianna. They're only on screen for a few seconds, but it's enough to spark questions. They're in what looks like a modern setting, definitely not 18th century. Could this mean they're back in their own time? Are they trying to return to the past? Brianna holds a small object in her hand, something that looks like a gemstone, possibly a time travel artifact. There's no dialogue here either, but the look they exchange is full of tension. They're planning something big, and it could change everything. The trailer also teases a few new faces. One quick shot shows a mysterious woman speaking to Claire in a candlelit room. Her dress doesn't match the period. Her accent is different. And her message? There's more to come than what you've seen. It's vague, sure, but if Outlander has taught us anything, it's that nothing is said by accident. Every word has meaning, especially when it comes from a new character. This woman might be connected to the time-traveling mystery at the heart of the show, or perhaps she's part of a larger political game we haven't seen unfold yet. One of the most striking moments in the trailer is a scene where Jamie looks directly into the camera, not breaking the fourth wall, but it feels that way. His face is lit by firelight and he says, "We can't change everything, but we can fight for what we still have." This line is important. It speaks to the theme of the entire season, knowing when to let go of the past and when to risk everything for the future. It's a line that could apply to Claire and Jamie's personal struggles, the war they're caught in, and the larger mystery that still surrounds the time travel element of the show. As the trailer continues, we see flashes of more conflict, Claire being pulled away by soldiers, Jamie screaming her name in the distance, Brianna running through what looks like a crumbling stone corridor, Roger digging in the dirt with desperation on his face. All of these images are shown quickly, one after another, giving the viewer only a second to take them in. But that's what makes them so powerful. They don't need full scenes to make an impact. They do it in flashes, like pieces of a dream you wake up trying to remember. The music throughout the trailer is classic Outlander, soft strings that slowly build to a dramatic swell, mixed with sounds of battle and quiet, emotional whispers. There's no pop music, no high-energy edit. It's thoughtful, slow, and heavy. You can feel the weight of the story, This isn't just another season, it's the final one, and the trailer knows it. By the end of the trailer, we return to the peaceful countryside shot we saw at the beginning, but now it feels different. The land is the same, but the mood has changed. A voiceover from Claire says, "The future waits for no one." And with that, the screen fades to black, and the Outlander logo appears. This trailer doesn't show everything. It's not meant to. What it does is set the stage, remind us of the stakes, and stir the emotions of longtime fans who have been on this journey for nearly a decade. From the visuals to the music, from the mystery to the emotional beats, it's clear that Outlander Season 8, Episode 1 is going to begin. As the trailer moves deeper, the pace quickens, and so does the emotional intensity. One powerful shot shows Claire in what looks like a battlefield hospital. Her face is splattered with blood, not her own. Her hands are shaking. This is a side of Claire we haven't seen in a while. Yes, she's always been the healer, the doctor, but here she looks broken, exhausted. It suggests that in this final chapter, the emotional toll of war, time travel, and loss might finally be catching up to her. Then we get a sharp cut to Jamie. He's kneeling by a grave. No words, no music, just wind. His expression is unreadable, but the scene says it all. Someone close to him has died. But who? The trailer gives no names, no hints, just that one raw moment. It's one of the most emotional frames in the entire preview, and it leads to an important realization. This season won't just be about the war for independence. It will be about personal loss, about saying goodbye, about finding peace in the middle of chaos. The next major reveal is a voiceover, not from Jamie or Claire, but from Roger. He says, "Sometimes the future demands a sacrifice." As he speaks, we see quick flashes. Brianna with their children, a distant fire burning through trees, and Roger standing at what looks like a standing stone circle. The line is no accident. Fans of the books will already be piecing things together. Could Roger be planning to travel back in time again? Could Brianna be staying behind? Or are they about to make a huge choice that separates their family again? It's not clear, but it's enough to stir questions and deepen the mystery. There's also a series of quiet, blink-and-you-miss-it moments that hint at larger storylines. One of them shows Fergus in a dimly lit room, holding what looks like an old letter. He doesn't speak, but his face is pale and his eyes are filled with tears. Is this a farewell letter? A clue about someone's past? Maybe even something connected to Claire's or Jamie's long-lost family lines? Again, the trailer doesn't give answers. It gives breadcrumbs, just enough to keep fans guessing. Another important scene comes shortly after. Jamie sitting alone in front of a fire, sharpening his sword. It's a simple act, but it carries heavy meaning. In the past, scenes like this have always appeared before a major battle or decision. The silence around him is loud. There's no music, no dialogue, just the metallic sound of the blade being honed. It's as if Jamie is preparing not just for war, but for an ending to his fight, an ending to his story. At this point in the trailer, things begin to connect more clearly. We see repeated images: Claire running through the woods, Jamie marching with Continental troops, Roger looking up at the stars. These images overlap with dialogue that begins to build tension. Claire says, "Time has never been kind to us." Jamie responds with, "But it brought me to you." And with that, we are reminded again why Outlander means so much to its fans. At its heart, it's not just about history or war. It's about love across time, a love that survives centuries, trauma, loss, and uncertainty. As we approach the final moments of the trailer, the tone shifts again. A rising swell of orchestral music begins to play. It's not loud or aggressive. It's hopeful. Claire is seen tending to a child's wound, smiling softly. Jamie is riding through a forest trail, sunlight breaking through the trees. Roger and Brianna are holding hands, watching their children play. These brief, beautiful moments feel like promises that even though war is coming, even though this is the last season, there's still light ahead. But then just as we begin to settle into that hopeful rhythm, the trailer throws in one final twist. A shadowy figure stands in the doorway of Fraser's ridge. We only see his silhouette. He's tall, dressed in black, and he doesn't move. Inside, Jamie steps forward slowly, his face filled with shock. Claire, standing behind him, whispers, "It can't be." And then, cut to black. Who is this figure? A ghost from the past? A new threat? Or perhaps someone we thought was gone? The trailer gives no answers, and that's exactly why it works so well. It ends with a question, a mystery, and that's what fans will be talking about until the premiere. This second half of the trailer does what the first half started. It paints the final season as a story of war, yes, but also of memory, sacrifice, family, and most of all, closure. We're not just watching the next chapter in Jamie and Claire's journey, we're watching the beginning of the end. And that realization is what gives every scene, every line, and every second of the trailer such powerful weight. With this being the final season, there's a certain heaviness hanging in the air, and the trailer makes sure we feel it. While it doesn't give away full plot points, it drops enough hints to suggest what's coming in Season 8. And if you've followed Outlander closely, you can sense it too. This is the season where everything changes. First, let's talk about closure. From the start, Outlander has always balanced personal relationships with big historical events. Claire and Jamie's love story has unfolded across continents, timelines, and wars. But with the Revolutionary War in full swing and the couple older, wiser, and wearier than ever, it's clear this final season will be about tying loose ends, not just with history, but with their family. The trailer shows emotional tension between them, but also those quiet moments that remind us why their bond is unbreakable. They've faced prison, loss, and time itself. But now, they must face something even harder, the cost of everything they've built. The showrunners have confirmed that Season 8 will be based on Written in My Own Heart's Blood, the 8th book in Diana Gabaldon's series. That means fans of the novels already have a general idea of where things are headed. But remember, the show has never followed the books exactly. Still, some things are safe to expect. Jamie may be pulled deeper into the war effort, taking on leadership roles that will test both his strength and loyalty. Claire, meanwhile, will have to balance being a healer with being a wife and protector. The emotional weight she carries, especially after the trauma she endured in Season 6 and 7, won't be ignored. We'll also likely see more time travel tension. The trailer shows Roger and Brianna in a more modern setting, possibly even hinting at a split timeline again. Will they choose to stay in the future to protect their children or return to the 18th century to help their family? That choice could define their entire arc. Remember, they've sacrificed before, and they may have to do it again. Another big theme this season is legacy. What does Jamie want to leave behind? Is it just land and a name, or is it something more? The trailer hints at these deeper questions. His voiceover lines about fighting for what's left aren't just about war. They're about the people he loves, the peace he's chased for years, and the future he wants for those who come after him. The emotional stakes are higher than ever because for once, the threat isn't just death, it's time. Time running out, time pushing forward whether you want it to or not. And speaking of threats, the trailer teases new enemies, both known and unknown. The shadowy figure at the end is a major question mark. Could this be someone from Claire's past? A soldier from Jamie's past? Or maybe even someone connected to the time travel mystery? Outlander has never fully answered where the power of the stones comes from, or why certain people are pulled into its magic. Season 8 could finally explore the deeper mythology, or at least bring it closer to the surface. We also expect more focus on the extended Fraser family. Fergus, Marsali, Lizzie, and young Ian have all played major roles over the seasons, and fans will want to see their stories given proper closure. Young Ian, especially, has evolved from a side character to a beloved warrior and loyal member of the family. Will he find peace, love, purpose? The trailer doesn't show him much, which might be on purpose, and don't forget the historical weight. The Revolutionary War isn't just a backdrop anymore, it's the storm. And Jamie, a Scottish Highlander who once fought against the English, is now battling alongside Americans. That irony and how he handles it will be a key part of his arc. Claire, a woman out of her own time, knows what's coming. But the future isn't always something you can control, even if you've seen it. Expect the show to dig into these ironies and moral conflicts deeply this season. Finally, there's a sense of bittersweet finality. This is the end of a long journey, not just for the characters, but for the audience. We've seen love blossom, children grow, wars break out, and fates change. Season 8 isn't just about answers, it's about goodbyes. Some will be peaceful, some won't. But all of them will feel earned, because Outlander has always known how to make endings feel like beginnings, even when the road finally runs out. In short, expect emotionally heavy storytelling, epic decisions, final sacrifices, and possibly a few surprises that only Outlander could pull off. Whether you're in it for the romance, the history, the sci-fi mystery, or the raw character drama, Season 8 seems ready to deliver it all. One last time. The return of Outlander wouldn't feel complete without its unforgettable cast, and from everything we've seen so far, Season 8 is bringing back all the major players. Of course, at the center of it all is Sam Heughan as Jamie Fraser and Catriona Balfe as Claire, a pairing that has become one of TV's most iconic love stories. Their chemistry is just as strong as ever, and from the looks of the trailer, this final season will give them some of their most emotional and challenging material yet. Sophie Skelton and Richard Rankin are also back as Brianna and Roger, and based on their presence in the trailer, it looks like their storyline will play a huge role in the season. Time travel, parenthood, and survival seem to be the core of their arc. Their connection to both the past and the future adds a unique layer to the final chapter, and it's clear they'll face major choices that could affect the entire Fraser family legacy. We'll also see John Bell return as young Ian, whose growth over the series has made him one of the fan favorites. While he doesn't have much screen time in the trailer, his absence feels intentional, like the show is holding back some surprises for his character. Cesar Domboy, Fergus, and Lauren Lyle, Marsali, have not been heavily featured in the trailer, but their journey has been closely tied to Jamie and Claire, and fans are hopeful that Season 8 will give them the closure they deserve. Behind the scenes, this season is once again developed by STARZ, with showrunner Matthew B. Roberts returning to guide the final leg of the story. The production team has worked closely with author Diana Gabaldon, whose 8th book, written in My Own Heart's Blood, forms the core material for this final season. It's also worth noting that this season had a longer filming schedule, hinting at a possibly more cinematic approach, something that's clearly reflected in the trailer's sweeping visuals and polished editing. Now, for the big question. When does Outlander Season 8 premiere? STARZ has officially confirmed that Outlander Season 8, Episode 1 will premiere in late 2025, although an exact date hasn't been locked in yet. Based on previous release patterns and filming updates, fans are expecting a fall release window, likely between September and November. The first episode will air exclusively on the STARZ network and be available for streaming through the STARZ app or partner platforms like Hulu and Amazon, depending on your region. And in case you're wondering, no, this won't be a binge drop. Just like previous seasons, Season 8 will release episodes weekly, giving fans time to process each moment, each reveal, and each emotional blow, one Sunday at a time. As we reach the end of this breakdown, it's clear. Outlander Season 8 isn't just another season. It's the final chapter of a journey that has taken us from the Scottish Highlands to the battlefields of America, from the mystery of time travel to the deep core of human love, loss, and loyalty. Whether you're here for the romance, the history, or the fantasy, This season promises to deliver the most powerful emotional payoff yet. So now it's over to you. Did you spot something in the trailer that we missed? What are your theories for the final season? Who do you think will make it to the end? And who might not? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love deep dives like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming episode reviews and behind-the-scenes insights. Outlander's final season is just around the corner, and we'll be here to walk through every moment with you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. The story may be ending, but the legend of Outlander will live on.